Hi, my name's Amy Barker. I'm one of the dietitians at Manchester Royal Infirmary. I'm here to discuss nutrition after your cancer treatment. After your cancer treatment, there are potential impacts on nutrition. Some of these will be discussed. If you have a poor appetite, it's important to think about food first. The ways to do this are to maximise each mouthful. So if you're having things such as soups, add cream. If you're having potato, add plenty of milk, plenty of cheese. Anything that you can do to maximise the nutrition is really important. The next thing to consider is having small, frequent meals. Often, larger meals can be really overfacing and that can put people off. If you have favourite foods, maximise these, and if there is a specific time of day that is better than others, such as breakfast time, utilise this time of the day to get as much nutrition in as you can. Think about your presentation of meals. You can also think about the presentation of supplements and make sure that they're cold or have them from a glass if this makes them easier to manage. If you have a tube, mouth care is really important. Continue to use mouthwashes and have sips of fluid if able to keep your mouth nice and clean. You'll be referred to a community dietitian and any queries that you have about your food can be directed to them. Different companies may have a nurse attached to them, and if you have any specific problems regarding your tube, make sure that you contact the company. You may be thinking about whether your tube can come out. If you get enough calories orally, so if you can manage to eat and drink enough, this can be considered. Or similarly, if you've not used the tube in a number of weeks, the tube can be considered to come out. Discuss this with your community dietitian, your medical team, or your nurse specialist. After cancer treatment, you can have some late effects, so some effects from your treatment that appear much later on. The first thing to consider is reflux. If you suffer from reflux, try to sit upright when you're eating your meals, avoid caffeine before you go to bed, sleep with extra pillows at night time, and have small, frequent meals throughout the day. If you have taste changes, use squash or different flavoured water to overcome metallic tastes. Straws can also be really useful. Sharp flavoured or fizzy drinks can also cut through metallic tastes. Use herbs and spices in your meals if foods are tasting salty or bland. Different textures or using different temperatures together, such as cold and hot foods together, can sometimes overcome bland tastes. Think about your presentation, and using mints and gum throughout the day can cut through metallic tastes. If you have a dry or sore mouth, use foods that are easy to chew, use plenty of sauces, dip things such as biscuits in tea or coffee, use fizzy drinks, use pastels or gum or mints to produce extra saliva, avoid dried crumbly foods, and use items such as pineapple or watermelon as they're very refreshing. If you have to follow texture modification, follow your speech and language therapist's advice. If you are having pureed foods, separate the food groups out onto different parts of the plates. Moulds are sometimes available to make the foods look like what they should be. Dental health and nutrition. If you have had radiotherapy, it's really important to look after your teeth, and this can be really difficult if you've been told to increase fats and sugars to help with your weight. The idea would be to reduce sugary snacks, and if you do need to increase calories from sugar, to have puddings or supplements after your meals. If you don't have any of these nutritional problems but are thinking about long-term nutrition and cancer, the aim would be to have a healthy, balanced diet. Government recommendations currently are to limit intake of fats, shifting away from saturated fats to unsaturated fats. Eat plenty of fruit and vegetables and include whole grains into your diet. Reduce the amount of free sugars and red processed meat. Should you require more support, you can use the BDA website and access the food facts information. You can also use the Macmillan website. Community dietitians are available should you require a referral.